Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. So we're into lesson 3 of our look at point of view writing. And before we go any further, we're going to do our 5 a day. So you've got 5 tasks or questions on screen, as you can see. We'll read through those and then you are to pause the video and have a go at answering. So number 1, what are the 5 sections we should think about when planning? Number 2, planning this way, we are aiming for our writing to be what? 3, define point of view. 4, write a point of view statement about PE in schools. And 5, what is the first thing we should do with a statement? Pause the video now, answer those questions, and move on when you're ready. Okay, so let's have a little look at the answers then. So, 5 sections we should think about when we're planning. You always make sure that you are clear about your point of view. You then need to consider the past, personal, social, and change. So if you remember what was life like 5, 10, 20 years ago, personal, and you think of how that issue has affected you. Social, how does it affect the wider society that you live in? And change, what will happen if we do change? What will happen if we don't change? And you have to remember to make sure everything links back to your point of view. By planning with that structure, we are aiming for our writing to be coherent, so logical, creating a unified whole. To define point of view, we can say that it is an attitude or way of considering a matter, and it's usually based on experience. You will have written your statement about PE in schools. And then number 5, the first thing we should do with a statement is to underline the key words and work out what the point of view is. If we don't do that, there's no way we could decide our own point of view in relation to the statement. So, today we are going to focus on how to write an amazing introduction. Now, you will need to make sure that you have your work from the previous sessions handy. So if you don't yet have that, pause the video, find that work, and return when you're ready. For today's objectives, we are going to consider what an introduction does and why it is important. We're going to learn what needs to be included in a good introduction. We're going to explore and evaluate some examples, and we're going to use that knowledge to write your own introduction. So, what is an introduction? I am going to give you 2 minutes to pause the video and write a definition of what an introduction is, please. Pause the video now. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. An introduction is an opening paragraph of an essay or a piece of writing, and it outlines your key ideas. Okay, so that's what an introduction is, but we need to think about why an introduction is important. So, I want you to draw yourself a spider diagram in your exercise book. There is the central portion for you. Why is an introduction important? I'd like you to spend 4 minutes having a think about that and adding to your spider diagram, please. Off you go. Okay, so let's have a little look then at why an introduction is important. Firstly, it makes clear your assertion. And we'll talk about what an assertion is in a minute. It gives the reader a clear sense of the tone of your essay. Are you angry? Are you upset? Are you fully supportive of what we're seeing? It gives your essay a clear sense of direction. We know the direction that your essay will take. and it can also help structure the ideas of your writing. It's really, really important. So, how can we make our introductions effective? We can do that by using AHA. Okay, so AHA stands for 4 things. A stands for assertion. An assertion is a confident statement of your point of view. Every single introduction you write must have an assertion. It is not something that you can leave out. The other 3 letters refer to techniques, and these are optional. You may want to include some or all of them. You might want to substitute those techniques for other useful ones. First H stands for hyperbole. That's an image which creates deliberate exaggeration for effect. So normally, if we were at school and you were a couple of minutes late to session, you might have said, "Sorry, miss, there were 1,000,000 people in front of my locker." There weren't really 1,000,000 people there, but you're creating an image for your teacher that shows that it was really busy and you needed to wait to get some important things. The second H stands for hypophora. Hypophora is an ancient Greek rhetorical technique. It simply means a question followed directly by the answer. It sounds complicated, but it's not. And then finally, A can stand for either alliteration, for the repetition of the same sound at the start of 2 or more consecutive words, or asyndetic listing, a list which uses no connectives, and instead ideas are linked using commas or indeed semicolons. Now, if you are somebody that is aiming for grades 5, 6 and above this year, you should aim to use asyndetic listing. So the assertion must be part of your introduction. Some or all of those techniques can be used to emphasize your assertion. Pause the video and make sure that is clear in your exercise book. Move on when you're ready. Okay, so now we are going to have a little look at some introductions. And you can see that this is a colour grouped task. So if you don't know your colour group, it's important that you get in touch with your learning tutor to find that out. On the next slide, there are going to be 3 different examples of AHA introductions. All of them have been written by Year 9 students in response to a statement about space travel. If you are in yellow or purple groups, you need to have a think about the order of the statements from best to worst. So which one do you think is the best? Which one do you think is the worst? Which one is in the middle? And once you've done that, you need to identify the AHA features. And you can write those in your book with a quotation next to them. If you're in green group, you also need to identify the AHA features. Again, label the quote in your exercise book. And then you need to have a think about why the writer might have chosen those techniques. And then finally, red and blue groups, you are going to read the introductions carefully and you are going to explain which paragraph you feel most effectively communicates its assertion and why. So let's have a little look at our introductions. As I said, these were written a couple of years ago by Year 9 students who were responding to a statement about space travel and, more importantly, the funding of space travel. Let's read through each introduction. A. Dear editor, we shouldn't be wasting billions on exploring space when we have our own problems on Earth that we should be fixing, such as climate change, poverty, war. Don't you think that we should be spending money on improving the world that we have to live in, rather than paying for rockets that could possibly fail and kill people? I do. So should you. E. Dear Editor, I am writing to you to express my viewpoint on the controversial idea of space exploration. I believe that investing money into space exploration could be beneficial for everyone. It would create jobs, result in medical advances, bringing communities together, expand our knowledge on life on Earth. Do we see ourselves remaining stuffed on one planet when there is a whole new, interesting and iridescent universe waiting to be discovered? C. Dear Editor, I am writing to tell you that I disagree with this view. The government is spending a lot of money sending rockets into space. However, there are people in poverty going to food banks because we can't afford to buy our own food. Would you want to go to a food bank because you can't get your own food? And yet you insist on wasting billions, launching rockets that fail and cannot be reused. It needs to stop. So, pause the video now. If you are in yellow and purple groups, you need to put these three examples into a rank order, best to worst. And then you need to identify the AHA features that have been used. Green group, you need to identify the AHA features used in each, and you need to think about why that has been chosen. And finally, red and blue groups, you need to think about which introduction has been most effective in using the AHA features to emphasize the assertion. Pause the video now and complete the task. Okay, so let's have a little look at our extracts. To place them in a rank order, A is the best, B is in the middle, and C is the least effective. So A, B, C is in fact your rank order. You can see the yellow highlights show the assertions of each extract. A, we are clearly told we shouldn't be wasting billions on exploring space when we have our own problems on Earth that we should be fixing, such as climate change, poverty, war. In B, I believe that investing money into space exploration could be beneficial for everyone. C is interesting. It starts off by saying, I am writing to tell you that I disagree with this view. Now that is possibly the worst start to an introduction that you could manage. I've deliberately not given you the statement here. And therefore, you should have been asking, what view? When we're writing our introduction, we have to assume that the people reading it do not have the statement in front of them. And therefore, we should not be using phrasing such as I agree or disagree with this view. You need to be explicit as to what your assertion is. A little bit further down, it says it needs to stop. Again, my question would be, what is it? This is a little clearer idea of the assertion. It's not necessarily as confident and as clear as it needs to be. Then we can start having a look at the techniques that are used. And I've deliberately highlighted techniques from AHA that you should have picked out. Now, if we're looking at the kind of purpley pink colour, we have got asyndetic listing. Listing that does not use connectives, it uses commas instead. such as climate change, poverty, war, and then it would create jobs, result in medical advances, bring communities together, expand our knowledge of life on Earth. The writers of A and B have used that technique of asyndetic listing to emphasise why they believe their assertion, and it's enabled them to include a number of either positive impacts or negative impacts, and it works really, really well. A has also included hypophora, a question followed directly by an answer. Don't we think we should be spending money on improving the world that we have to live in, rather than paying for rockets that could possibly fail and kill people? I do. So our writer there has used that question, could have left it as a rhetorical question, but wants to really emphasise their point of view, their assertion, by having a really simple, short sentence following, I do. It continues the confidence that we saw with the assertion at the start of the introduction. Now, B and C both make use of rhetorical question, which is effective, but our hypophora works more effectively at communicating that confident assertion, because it leaves no room for interpretation. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to return to the statement that we've had over the last few sessions. Free speech is important. People should be able to express their ideas on social media without judgment. And you should have your planning and all the work we've done on that statement handy. You are now going to write an introduction for that statement, or for your response to that statement. You must include aha. In fact, it might be very much worth at the end of writing you highlighting in one colour your assertion and then using another colour to highlight your techniques, hyperbole, hypophora, alliteration, or asyndetic listing. Now remember, you don't have to use all of those techniques. As we saw on the previous slide, thinking carefully about using them can really enhance the communication of your assertion. So, feel free to move backwards or forwards throughout this video. Your job now is to complete that writing task and write your own introduction. Make sure that once you're finished, you take a photo and you submit that to your teacher via Show My Homework.